It's not showing yet. Okay, bonjour, salut, tout le monde. I trust you're doing well. Hello, hello, hello. Please, I'd like to know you can hear me loud. Okay. Hello. All right. Welcome to today's live class. I trust you're doing well. I trust you're happy to be in class with us today. So I'd like to see your hello, hello, your hi, hi, bonjour, bonjour, bisous, bisous, salut, salut. Okay, I can see Obafemi waving his hand. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Other persons too, you can just drop a comment in the chat. We're about to get into another French lesson. I'm sure you enjoyed the last live class. It was really very interesting. We looked at how to differentiate masculine from feminine nouns. Yes, how you know when it's a masculine noun and how to know when it's a feminine noun. That was what we looked at in the last live. And today's another day, looking at indefinite article. Yes, indefinite article. That is different ways to say a, and, some, like a boy, an apple, some places, just like that. That is what we're looking at in today's class. So I would still like to see your comments. I would still like to see your chat. I would like to know that you are here, we are here together, and you're ready for your French class. So you can drop your hi, you can drop your salut, you can drop your bonjour, you can drop your comment in the chat. I'll really be very excited to see your comment in the chat. I will really be excited. It's going to give me more energy to, yeah, thank you. Oh, I can see Olushola there in there. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we will just dive into today's topic. I saw the boy. Before I'm saying the boy, that means I'm relating to a particular person that we both know. But when I say I saw the boy, sorry, I saw a boy, that's when you know it's a definite article. I use a boy. Okay, I can see Alvin. Alvin, bonjour, bonjour, bienvenue. Welcome to our live class. Let's not forget to share this link with other persons too, that you know this French lesson is really going to help them. This live class is really going to help them. So you can just drop the link on your WhatsApp status, drop it for your friends and families, and tell them, come and join free French YouTube live class now, now, now. Okay, so like I said earlier, indefinite article when you are not being specific. For example, I tell you, oh, he's eating an apple. You'll be wondering, which apple? But he's eating the apple is more definite. So in places where we use a, where we use an, where we use some, that is what we categorize as indefinite article in French. I repeat, that is what we categorize as indefinite articles in French, where you have a, where you have an, where you have some. They are all categorized as indefinite article. So now, of course, from our last class when we did how to identify masculine and feminine nouns, you learned that in French, right, the article you use for a masculine noun is not the same article you use for a feminine noun. Unlike in English, a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. But in French, a boy can be un garçon. Can you see that? Un garçon, that is a boy. But a girl will not be un garçon. A girl will not be une fille. Do you see it? Un garçon, a boy. Une fille, a girl. Sorry, okay. Now, you're wondering, why do we have un here as a boy? And why do we have une here as a girl? So that's where it gets different in French, right? So in French, the article changes according to the gender of the noun. I repeat, the article changes according to the gender of the noun. If you're just joining in, you can just drop a salut or bonjour in the chat and tell us where you're watching us from. Are you watching us from Nigeria, from Canada, or your state? You can also mention your state, from Oyo State, from Lagos State, wherever. We'd like to know where you're watching us from. Welcome once again to I welcome everyone again to this live class. It's going to be a great one, and we'll be very quick about it. All right, so I continue. You see now, a boy is un garçon, a girl is une fille. Let me check it. A boy is un garçon, a girl is une fille. So you see that un garçon is un for masculine, une fille is une for feminine. Now let's get into the main topic now, which we have started here. But let's look at it. Okay, Kuku, Oluwafumike, watching from Ibadan. Welcome. Okay, Oderinde Patricia, I'm glad to be here. Bonjour, I'm watching from Warri. Wow, thank you for joining us here. Okay, Oluwanimi, David, salut, madame, salut, bonjour, bonjour. You're going to have a great time. Okay, Oluwa, I'm watching from Lagos, Nigeria. Great, we're happy to have you here. We're happy. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So now let's get in so we can, wrap it up in 30 minutes, as we always say. Oh, sorry. Thank you. So now, indefinite article. First, un is how you say a or an in French. Un is how you say a or an in French. But for what? For masculine words. All right, please, first timers here, you were kind of wondering what I'm saying by masculine words. So in French, we have masculine words, and in French, we still have feminine words. Do you understand? For example, now, I want to say a boy. A boy is categorized as a masculine word in French. A girl is categorized as a feminine word in French. And other objects and nouns we have in French too. Even down to the country. Like I said earlier, a country now, Nigeria is categorized as a masculine country. But France is categorized as a feminine country. So please take note, know first that every single word, every single noun, every single object in French is either classified under masculine words or feminine words. However, for some words, we have words that are classified as both masculine and feminine. I repeat, sometimes we have words that are categorized as both masculine and feminine. However, most of the words in French are either categorized as masculine words or as feminine words. Take note of that. Okay, I can see other comments. Why? So, okay. Toby Ibadan. Salut, Toby. Salut. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay? All right, so let's get on now. So you want to say a or an for a masculine word. You say an. UN is pronounced an. You can see my mouth, the way I'm pronouncing it. I didn't say on. I didn't say un. No. UN is pronounced an. Very good. Let's try one more time. Very good. So you want to say a or an for a word, a masculine word in French. What do we use? We use un. Now, let's look at masculine words from the last lesson. Let's try to bring some masculine words here in class. So in the last class, we said that masculine words end with M. You remember, we said how to categorize masculine words are words that end with M. And for example now, I want to say a problem. A problem. Look at this. I will say un problème. Okay, so un problème is a problem. You see that? Un problème, a problem. So why is it un? This un is a. Why? Because problem here is what? Is a masculine word in French. Do you see that? Because problem is a masculine word in French. Take note of that. Okay, so another word I would like to give to us is un. Okay, un system. So un system meaning a system. Do you see it? Now it is un system. Why? Because system is also categorized as what? A masculine word in French. So please take note of that. All right? We said earlier in the last class that when you have word end with M, you see now, problem, M, system, M. You can see it. So when you have a word end with M, it's usually categorized as a what? A masculine word. Let's give more examples now outside this. So now I want to say a father. A father. This is what I would say. I would say un père. Do you see that? Un père. Meaning what? A father. Do you see? So now why am I using un? Because père is categorized as a masculine noun. Please, it's not père. It's not père. It's père. The E here is not pronounced. All right? The E here is not pronounced. So un père meaning a father. So I want to say a brother. I will say un frère. You see that? Un frère meaning a brother. So why am I using un? That's because frère is a masculine word. So you can see now, I said frère, not frère. Why? Because this E is also not pronounced at the end of a word most times in French. All right? So un frère meaning a brother. One more. Let's add un fils. Un fils. Look at it. Un fils. So normally we don't pronounce the letter S at the end of our French word, but this is an exception. You say un fils, meaning a son. Un fils, a son. Un fils, a son. Very good. So you can see everything we use here is un. Don't forget, it's pronounced as Good. So now let's do one more. For example, we want to say a garage. We say un garage. Un garage. Meaning what? A garage. So very simple. When it is a masculine word and you want to say a or an, what you just do is what? Put your article before the word. So now let's look at the words together and let's read it together. So we have un problème, a problem. Un système, a system. Un père, a father. Un frère, a brother. Un fils, a son. Good. And the last one, un garage, a garage. Simple. All right. So this is how you use the masculine indefinite article in French. Using indefinite article for masculine words in French. Please and please take notes of this. So now, we'll be going next to the feminine. All right, so now we know that we should use un. Un is how we say a or an for masculine words. A or an for masculine words. So if you are going to ask that question again, please, how do we identify masculine words from feminine words? I want you to go back to our previous live video and watch it from our previous live video. In that video, we taught how to identify masculine words and feminine words in French. Do take note of that. So I hope you have written down all these words and know that the way to say a or an in French for masculine word is what? Un. Can we say that again? Un. Very good. So now we're going to the feminine. Okay? What do we, and of course, if you know a masculine word, you can drop the masculine word in the chat. Okay? You can apply what we have learned now. Okay, you can apply what you have learned now in the chat. I'll be watching the chat to see it. So if you know a word, you can add it in French. So for example, you can say un stylo. So we have it un stylo, a pen. You can add that. So any word you know, you can add it, okay? Okay, let me just write that. I'm going to clean this. I'm going to add more words here. Let's use objects in the classroom. So you can have un stylo, meaning a pen. Right? You can add and leave a book. Okay, any other person, you can add something in the chat so I can see you are following. Okay, just add any word at all you know in French in the chat and just put the article before it. Un père, un stylo, un livre. Okay? All right, well done. So now we're going next to the feminine article. All right, the feminine article. Okay, Oluwanimi David said, un cahier. Very good. Okay, it's going to be so small. I'm sorry. I'm going to write it here for everyone too. Un cahier meaning a textbook. Un cahier can mean a textbook. Very good. We can also have other persons. Un garçon, Shindi. Very good. Un garçon. Okay, I think we said that earlier. Un garçon meaning a boy. Very good, very good. We are all doing well. So let's always participate, okay, in the live classes so I can know that you're learning, you're responding, and you understand what we are doing very well. Correct. So un garçon, a boy. Un cahier, a textbook. That's very correct. Well done. So now, if not that words, we just go straight to, so please, I hope you wrote everything down. From the un garçon, a boy. Un stylo, a pen. Un livre, a book. Un cahier, a textbook. Un système, a system. Un père, a father. Un frère, a brother. Un fils, a son. Un garage, a garage. So please make sure you write everything in your book. So now we're going next to the feminine. So permit me to clean this. Okay. Now we're going next to how to identify the right article for feminine words in French. Okay, so don't forget that for masculine, un is a, and the masculine, we want to face the feminine now. Right? For the feminine words, what do we use to say a or an? We use une. Okay, for feminine words, to say a, an. Okay, permit me to write this better. Yes. So feminine words to say a or an, we use une. So that means all those words we wrote earlier for the masculine words. If we want to say a, we cannot use une for a masculine word. For example, you want to say a cat, and you like Miriam has told us now, cat is a masculine word, and then you come and say insha. It's so wrong. Ask put that many wrong, so you know how wrong it is. All right? So we already know that book is a masculine word, and you come and say in leave. Oh my God, wrong. Why? Because since it's a masculine word, it must be used with a masculine indefinite article. And what's it? It's ansha, like Miriam told us, and leave, meaning a book. Ansha, meaning a cat. So I'm going to mark this correct now. And then and leave, meaning a book. So please take note. Why this? I don't want you to mix it up. You must use the indefinite article that suits for either masculine or feminine. Please take note of this. Now let's go to the feminine now. All right? So for the feminine indefinite article, like I said earlier, we use une. Une is how you say a or an for what? For feminine nouns in French. Feminine nouns or feminine words in French. Okay? So now, in the last class, we talked about identifying feminine words. I would say one way you know feminine words is words that end with E, right? Words that end with I-O-N. So now let's look at these examples here. And one, we can have in belle. In belle, meaning a beauty. Oh, she's just a beauty. She's such a beauty. You see that? So, in belle is how you say a beauty. All right? Then, the next, you can say, or let's use another word. We can use in poubelle. In poubelle, a trash can. Okay, very good. Oluwafumike, well done. Infi, I like that. We can drop others in the chat, okay? And you know, okay, Chinaye, very good. Infi, meaning a girl or a daughter. Okay, infi can mean a girl or a daughter. Okay, I say Chinaye wrote infirm, very good. So infirm can mean a woman or a wife. Okay, that's good. We are all participating. That's good. Infirm can mean a woman or a wife. Very good. Chinaye comes again. Please, others, you can actually come up. Feel free. Okay, say one word you know and we'll look at it together. Okay, Chinaye also says infamil. Very good. So infamil meaning a family. Correct. Very, very correct. We are all doing great in this life class. So look at it now. In belle, a beauty. In poubelle, a trash can. In fille, a girl or a daughter. In femme, a woman or a wife. In famille, a family. So now all these words, you see what is going on here. Okay, let me add one more. A fruit. I can say something like in pomme. In pomme is an apple. So don't forget that in can go with a and. Not only a, but a and. Okay, Oluwafumike, very good. Inse. You are doing so great this morning. Inse, meaning what? A sister. So please, it's inse. Inse. Not insere. Inse. 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 Okay, good. Toluwanimi, that very good. Intab, good. Intab meaning a table. So I'm sure you can see the sweet parts of French. See that it's spelled as the same spelling with English, but I did not say intabo. I said intab. Intab. The L-E not pronounced. Intab. A table. Correct. All right. Wow. We are also amazing. So amazing. And shows that it's really already clear to us when to use un and when to use une. When to use un and when to use une. Now, I would like us to look at words that end with I-O-N. But let's go through this together. In belle, a beauty. In poubelle, a trash can. In fille, a girl or a daughter. In femme, a woman or a wife. In famille, a family. In pomme, an apple. In se, a sister. In tab, a table. And then Miriam writes us in chambre. Very good. In chambre, meaning a room. Good. In chambre, a room. So you see, I said chambre. I didn't say chambre. Why? We don't pronounce this E. If I don't pronounce the R-A. So it's in chambre. In chambre. In chambre. A room. Good. Why? All these words are categorized as feminine words. So that means what? We must use in for all the feminine words in French. Right? So when it's masculine, don't forget we use un. When it's feminine, we use une to say what? A or an in French. Okay, we have more words. In maison. In maison is a house. Good. In maison, that's a house or an house. Okay, very correct. Very correct. Well done, well done, well done. Now, let's go to the next one. Please, I hope you've written all this down in your notes. I hope you have it written down in your notes. Now, let's go to the next one. The word ending with I-O-N. Let's look at it. It's getting more interesting, but we are almost done, okay? Now, words ending with ION. For example, I want to say a nation, right? Sorry, let me shift this here. A nation, I would say une nation. Do you see that? Okay, I want to say a profession. I would say une profession. You can see it. That when the word ends with ION, please, I said nation. Nation. I did not say nation. I said it in the class when we did sounds, when we did masculine, feminine word. I said the TI is pronounced C. In nation. In nation. Nation. I know English will tell you nation, shon, but French says C. So in nation. Nation. Let me give another example. Okay, oh great. Oh, Miriam has given us one. Good. Une télévision. Une télévision. Good. That is a television. All right, you can add more words. I'm here with you. I'm here with everyone, and I'm seeing everything you're writing, okay? Shows you're learning and you fully understand what we are doing. So keep it up. Now, remember I told you that TI is pronounced as C, right? That's when we have une democracy. That's a democracy. I know it doesn't end with ION. I just want to know something for you. I said democracy. You see it now, TIE. I didn't say democracy. All right, please take note of that. Why? Because the TI is pronounced C in French. So in democracy, that's a democracy. All right, so my dear viewers, I hope this is very clear, right? When to use the masculine as un and when to use the feminine as une. So I'd like to see words, drop any word for us in the chat, in the comment section in the chat, so I can see what you have learned so far. Any word that have really stuck with you in this class, just write it for us in the chat. Okay, the next now we'll be looking at is some, right? And then we're done with this live class. Some. So how do we say some in French? Some is DES. DES. You see it? Some. DES. Okay, so I'm going to have to clean this. So I hope I've gotten it. In nation, a nation. In profession, a profession. In television, a television. In democracy, a democracy. So please, everyone, take note of that. Okay, so let's get on to, and don't forget I mentioned earlier, in pom and apple. So that means that in can go for a and an for masculine word, and can go for a and for, in can go for a and for feminine words. Sorry for the mix-up. In can go for a and for feminine words, and a and for masculine words. Don't forget that. Okay, good. Someone, Cruz wrote, in situation. Very good. In situation. Very good. ION. That is a situation. So you see how French is so beautiful. It's the same spelling, but what? It's pronounced differently. So yeah, in situation. But it's spelled as situation as it is in English. But the pronunciation is different. So see why I usually take my time to explain pronunciations for you in French. So even when you see a word that has the same spelling with English, you know how to pronounce it correctly like the French. Okay, thank you. So we're going to go to the last part. De. Okay, D-E-S, de. It's pronounced de. Yes, it's not des. It's not this. It's not days. It's pronounced what? De, like the day. That's the pronunciation. That's not what it is. I'm trying to make it your pronunciation easy for you. I hear people say des or des. No, it's pronounced de, 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 They. Good. So now you see this word pronounced they now. It means some for both masculine and feminine. For both masculine and feminine. Now, you saw the words we have done before. We're going to bring them back now and apply them in the plural form. Okay? So get ready. Don't forget that, of course, some applies to plural, right? We know that. Some applies to plural, more than one. For example, I say a boy. A boy, let's do it like this, right? I say a boy, un garçon, right? We've done it earlier. A boy, right? So now, I want to say a boy, but now in the plural form, I will say some boys. It will be what? Des garçons. Do you see that? So this is the plural. So you want to say some for plural, it's they. Let's do another example. We said une fille. Now for the feminine, watch me. Une fille is what? A girl. Remember we said this earlier. Une fille, a girl. So now I want to say some girls. Very good. Miriam is so sharp. I like that. She got that. So some girls becomes what? Des filles. You see that? Some girls. Of course, make sure to add an S to your plural. You see it now. So whether it is masculine or feminine, in as much you want to apply the word some, you want to say some, it applies the same way. They for masculine to say some, they for feminine to say some. All right, so please don't forget this. All right, it's the same thing. Once it's plural and you want to say some, it's the same application. So let's bring back the words we've done before. So I'd like you to write the words we've done before so we can now, put them in the plural form. Just try to pluralize it now, okay? So I'm going to clean this. Okay? So can we bring back any of the words we've done before? I think we did a father and père. So now you want to say some fathers. We say, okay, let me just write it all small letters. We say des pères. So please, I'd like to see the words we have learned so far in this class so that we can put everything in the plural form. Okay? So can we write the word so far? I think we did so many words. So we did in famille before. So now we want to write plural form. We say des familles. Des familles, meaning some families. You can see this. Okay, we want to write, how about the do and dollar? Okay, the do and dollar is another topic. Okay, that's under partitive article. So we might do that in the next live class. Do and dollar comes up next. Don't worry, we'll work on that. Okay, Oluwafunke is spelled Defi, D-E-S, not D-E-Y. Okay, D-E-Y might be like the pronunciation, how you can remember the pronunciation. But D-E-S, Defis. Okay, good. Defis, meaning some sons. Good. We have detab. Yeah, that is Oluwafunke, detab. Good. Meaning some tables. Good. We are doing well. Okay, let's bring it on. Continue. We're almost rounding up. Okay, we have de pomme. Good. Wow, Oluwafunke is really in this class. I can see how she's participating so much. So de pomme is some apples. Okay, what next? We have de femme. Chinenye, very good. De femme can go for women, some women, right? Or wives. Sorry. So you don't always have to add the sum anyway, right? You don't always have to add the sum. So you can just say women or wives. Okay, Miriam, good. Oh, sorry, I jumped Chinenye again. Oh, sorry. Oluwafunke, des nations. Like, I don't want to jump anyone, right? So I want to show I'm saying what everybody's writing. Des nations, meaning nations. Okay, we don't have to add some in every part of it. All right, nations. Okay, then the next one we have is they live. Good. They live, meaning books. So it can be some books. It can also mean books. Yes, next we have des chambres. Good. Des chambres, rooms. Okay. Please don't mind my handwriting. I'm just trying to move very fast. I hope we can all see it. Okay, des chambres, room. Then the next is which now? Des stylos. Good. Des stylos. Des stylos. The pens, or some pens rather. And you say for television, does it take S for the plural form? Oui, you say des télévisions. That's televisions. Okay, televisions. Yes, that's almost the same thing. So wow, it's really been a lot in today's class. I want to believe and trust that we've learned so much in today's class, right? However, Miriam, there are some nouns that you don't add S at the end for the plural. When you want to, write it in the plural form, there are some nouns you don't add S at the end. For example, now, let me just quickly add this for everybody. So I hope you can see this part. For example, I want to say a cake. I will say un gâteau. Un gâteau is a cake. Can you say it? Right? But if I want to say some cakes, I'm not going to add S to my gâteau. No, wrong. I'm going to say des gâteaux, like this. A-U-X. All right? So Miriam, take note. Most times, words that ends with A-U in singular form becomes A-U-X in plural. But we also look that as another topic for another day. So Miriam, I hope you got that. I hope that was clear to you, because I like your response so that I'm sure you understood what I just explained now. All right, thank you, everybody. So don't forget, masculine is un for singular, a or an. Feminine is une that's for the feminine singular now, which is a or an, une for feminine singular. And then they is some for the plural words, both masculine, both feminine. Once you want to say it in the plural, once you want to also say it in the plural form, it becomes they. Like we had they. Okay, Miriam said, oh, I didn't get that, please. Can you pronounce the une? Okay, sorry. Une. une, une. So Miriam, I said some televisions, it remains the S. Yes, you add the S for the television. Des télévisions. Des télévisions. That is some televisions. You can see that here. But I'm saying that there are some words in French that when they end, for example, I gave you a word, gâteau now. Gâteau ends with U. Gâteau, G-A-T-E-A-U. It ends with U. The plural now becomes gâteau, A-U-X, not S. Don't worry, we'll look into that in one of our next slides too as well. All right, that will also be treated as a topic, right? How to, write the plural form of some words in French in that sense. But just take this now as an intro to when we're going to do that topic. Okay, so I hope and trust. Okay, can you pronounce it again? U. Okay, U is pronounced like I've done that already. And the other words, I hope we get them. But we can just pronounce these words one more and that will be all. Des pères, some fathers. Des familles, families. Des fils, some sons or sons, right? Des tables, tables. Des pommes, apples. Des femmes, women or wives. You can have the some if you want to. Des nations, nations. Des livres, books. Des chambres, rooms. Des stylos, pens. Des télévisions, television. So these are all the plural forms, okay? Oh, Chineye, merci madame, tu es bon professeur. Merci, merci, de rien, de rien. So, my dear viewers, I trust and believe that you've had a lovely time in today's live class. You can see for yourself that even though you know this topic before, trust me, you're learning one thing or the other in this live class. You're learning new words. You're growing your vocabularies. If you're not learning new words, you are learning pronunciation. Yes. So please do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You can have someone on your contact list that, needs this topic in French. It's free and it's very detailed. So ensure to share to your contacts. And don't forget, our live holds every Monday, Wednesday, Friday by 9 a.m. watt. So set your alarms. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9 a.m. watt. Thank you, my dear viewers. I love you all dearly. Thank you for joining me in today's live class. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Bisous. Au revoir. So I would like your au revoir in the comments. Okay, you can tell me au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, bisous, bisous. Au revoir tout le monde. Bye, everybody. Can I see your bye in the chat? So I'm looking and I'm waiting. If you really enjoyed this live class today, we'd like to know in the chat. Okay, au revoir, coucou. Au revoir, Chineye. Au revoir, Toluwanimi. I hope and trust you had a great time in today's live class. So see you on Monday, 9 a.m. Watts. Bisous.